So now we're dealing with mite. I'm going to try to treat this holistically. Thankfully, it's fairly easily treatable. Hello there. Hope you're having a good day. So this week, I thought I would share kind of the not so fun side of homesteading. Obviously there are a lot of things that can involve from time to time, and this week it involves this girl. Probably the other two as well, but mostly her. So when you're farming, when you're homesteading, life isn't always fun and games. It's not always cute babies and lots of eggs and all the vegetables and fun things. Sometimes these little guys throw us for loops in not so good ways. Nothing too terrible or tragic, thankfully. A couple of weeks ago, I noticed shortly after getting Adeline that Demelza, I think it's from all the fighting and everything, but she had like a lump on her jawline here. And honestly, it was like really hard, very large, and I had been giving them herbs every day, so I would have noticed if it had been there before. It just seemed to pop up really fast. It was really hard, like bone. So I talked to like goat mentor, if you will, and she said, you know, she wasn't really concerned. She just said, you know, we'll just keep an eye on it. And yeah, so it started shrinking, getting smaller, and after a couple weeks it was no longer hard. It was actually a lot smaller and kind of soft. And then, you know, come to realize it had become an abscess. So that started clearing out, and we started seeing that drain some. So we've been treating that. But then after being out of town for the eclipse, I came home and just checking on the animals, and I noticed the back of her legs were looking kind of funky, and talked to a friend of mine. Turns out seems like she probably has leg mites. So I don't know if just like the stress from adding a new goat or whatever, you know, lowered the immune system and caused some issues, you know, to be more susceptible. But so yeah, so now we're dealing with mites, so that's fun. I'm going to try to treat this holistically rather than just dumping chemicals on them. So the treatment for that is sulfur. So we're going to be putting sulfur on their legs to kill the mites themselves, but then I also need to really clean out this barn and get all fresh bedding. The chicken side needs cleaned out anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and do that at the same time. And we're going to put down some diatomaceous earth, or you could also do like for Saturday lime. I just happen to have diatomaceous earth, not lime, so that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to put that down under the bedding to, you know, kill any ones that might be in the barn, and then treating them with the sulfur on their legs for several days, take a break, and then several more days, just to make sure we kill off all those little boogers. So it's not a huge health issue at this point. It's just a frustration, but thankfully it's fairly easily treatable frustration. So that's what I'm spending my Saturday doing. I'm not gonna bring along for the barn clean out. You've seen that plenty of times, but when I come out to treat their legs, I will show that. Goodness. How's it work out? Yeah, I started at like, what, 10? Then 11 to 12 I went to take care of the bees, and then had some lunch, and now I'm back out here and it's like 3 o'clock. So I've been at this for quite a while, but the goat side is clean, better than I've ever cleaned it before. I scooped it, I scraped it, I swept it, it is, and then the goats pooped on it, but you know, we got it all cleaned out, tried to get all the nooks and crannies and stuff. I just finished clearing out the chicken side, and now I locked the goats out because I don't want them like breathing the dust and causing lung issues, but I went ahead and got the diatomaceous earth out. I'm going to spread that around and put some hay down, and then they can come back in. I'm going to wear in this while I use it. It is food grade, but it's really not great for breathing. So yeah, that's why I put them out, and I'm going to wear this while I spread it, and then once it settles and we get the hay down, it should be good. Okay. So you saw that was really dusty. That's why you don't want to breathe it while you're spreading it out. It really gets in the air. But anyways, yeah, no, it's fine for them to, if they decide to lick it or something, it's not going to hurt. In fact, a lot of people actually use diatomaceous earth as a dewormer for their livestock and feed it to them. I'm not convinced that would actually work just because of the nature of how diatomaceous earth works, but you know, some people do it. So basically how it does work is it only works on bugs, insects with an exoskeleton. And basically that powder is just really sharp, really tiny particles that like scratches their exoskeleton and then causes them to dehydrate to death. So by putting that down under the hay, hopefully any mites that get in the bedding will end up dying that way. And then I now need to treat the goats' feet as well, their legs, where I really only see it on Demelza, maybe just starting on Daisy. It's hard to tell, but I'm gonna get them into the stand and then put some sulfur on their legs, on all of them, just to be safe. Okay, took a break to go run some grocery shopping, but now we are home. Dinner's in the oven, so I'm gonna go treat these goats' legs for the mites. They also need their hooves trimmed, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that while I have them on the stand. And then I'm gonna put this on it. This is a mixture of coconut oil and sulfur. I also put a little bit of tea tree oil in it, and you can find, if you go to the Holistic Goat group on Facebook or the Holistic Goat app, there are infographics for this and information on how to treat mites. That's what I am using, what I'm going off of here. For goats, from what I'm understanding, between that group and then as well as I actually just finished reading The Holistic Goat by Pat Colby. That's a really good book for holistically raising your animals, and it seems that skin issues, lice, mites, anything like that is indicative of a sulfur deficiency, so hence the sulfur to treat it. So it seems like these guys are needing a little more out of their minerals than what they're getting, which I feel like I'm noticing more and more every month. So I may be addressing that. Hello there. How are you? Apparently they think I have some food. Goodness, did not know he was that close. That was really loud. Anyways, so we're treating this with sulfur, and then we may need to address some of these other mineral deficiencies in the near future. But One more note, as far as since these chickens are here, and dealing with mites, mites are zoonotic, meaning that they are species specific. So goat mites are not the same as chicken mites, and they don't cross species like that. So I'm not worried about the chickens getting them, just worrying about the goats passing them around. Okay, we got Daisy up here, looking for some food. And the milk and I water. So I don't know if she will. That food is not going to last long enough for me to do hooves and this, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Okay, her hooves are trimmed and she is done eating and ready to get off. So let's try to get this done real quick. Alright, this is partly set up but not totally because it's kind of warm today, so this could be messy. Alright, we're just going to rub this in real good. Get it all over. Try to get right in next to her skin. Now hopefully she won't kick my jar. Yes, I know you're not enjoying this. This hair is so coarse it's kind of hard to work it in. Did you find 2 more pieces of food up there? That's occupying her for the moment. I'm sure the more I treat, the more easy it'll get in there. Okay, hold on. Good girl, Daisy. Good girl. Good girl. All right, Demelza. Here, Demelza. Now, Demelza is the one where I actually noticed the mites on. Let me show you real quick. See this kind of, the lighting isn't great, but kind of scabby, scaly skin. It's kind of itching her, really flaky. So that's what we're looking at. First, let's trim these hooves. She's gonna love this knot. Start the front this time. I'm starting to notice daisies. Have I done some more recently? I don't remember. Oh, it's wet weather though doesn't help. Your feet are so tiny. You have such tiny feet. That was super quick and easy. I think I must have done hers more recently. That was a breeze. Just a quick trim is all she needed. Oh, I know. You're tired of me messing with your legs, but let me rub this on those scaly scabs. Okay. There you go, girl. You done eating. There you go. I'm gonna have sulfur all over me now. Not the best smell in the world, but I'm going to. They are fighting like crazy. What? That's a mess. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that twice a day for several days. Then take a little break and then do it for several more days, and hopefully that will take care of them. And like I said, it's a sulfur deficiency, so if they lick it off, then they'll just be ingesting the sulfur, and you know that'll probably be good for them. So hopefully this clears it up pretty quickly and we can move on with life. Well, it is Friday afternoon. I've been putting the sulfur on the back of the goat's legs for about a week now. I don't know that it's gotten worse. I don't know. It's hard to say. Hi. So really, honestly, the hair on the back of their legs is just so thick and so coarse. It's kind of hard to get it down to the actual skin. So I don't know. We'll take a little while off, and then I will do it again for a while, and hopefully that will take care of all the mites, and then we can put this behind us. And like I said, hope to start addressing those mineral issues here in the near future. So we will keep you posted on how it's going. Until then, I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you next time.